Hey, everybody. How are you today? Happy Saturday. Welcome to the Making Connection show. I'm your girl, Aly, and we have a special guest with us today. Our normal guest, who we were anticipating, was unable to make it, but that's why we love JT because he is a supporter and he shows up. How you doing, Jay?
Doing well. It's a blessed Saturday. We're after Thanksgiving and we on to the Yuletide season, the Christmas holiday. So it's a blessing to be in the building and have another opportunity to speak on this great platform.
Yes. Well, I'm excited because I was like, well, let me see if JT's available because we just flow. It don't even matter if we have a topic or not. We can just flow with it. And
Yes,
so,
indeed.
but I was thinking about just coming through the Thanksgiving holiday. I know for everybody, holidays are different. Some people are struggling because maybe they've recently suffered a loss or a separation,
Hmm.
people who are married, maybe your family just doesn't talk to you or you don't talk to them. Maybe you can't get
Hmm.
home because, the the price of the airfare and stuff. So, holidays are different. So I try to make sure that I'm mindful even when if I'm talking about, oh, I was so glad to see my mom or whatever, I try to be mindful that everybody doesn't have that story, right?
Yeah. You just hit a lot of nails on the head right there. There's so many different emotions and avenues and things that go on, especially in the holiday season. And when you're dealing with the multitude of emotions that go along with it, you just have to be mindful that everybody individually deals with stuff differently. Some people are more emotional during the holidays. Some people are, transparent and more laid back. So you're dealing with all kind of the gambit of emotions, and so you have to go about it, in accordance. Myself, like, stay prayed up and just be mindful of everything that's going on, and just tell myself that no matter what you encounter, there is a lesson and and something in it for everybody. So everything that we do has a mission, has a purpose, and you're moving about in accordance in order to get what you're supposed to get out of each moment that you encounter. And so Thanksgiving just came and gone, but you're still, processing and digesting everything that happened in that holiday. And then what
Right.
comes along with that is one of those things. It's like, what? I may have cried a little bit. I may have experienced a little bit of joy. But the one thing that you want to do is you want to cherish each and every moment that you were able to create new in this particular holiday. And most importantly, ask yourself, what were you thankful for? What came through that made you appreciate it even more? You know what I'm saying? As you went through this past Thanksgiving, and in giving in all those things, now you got brand new memories that you've made and brand new things that you have accomplished just focusing and refocusing your mind on what you wanted your holiday season to be.
And you're right because let's just face it, the best laid plans never go perfectly. You supposed to have dinner on the table at a certain amount of time. Maybe certain people were supposed to show up and they didn't. So things don't go right. But even when that happens, still be thankful. Don't get upset and now your whole day is ruined because somebody didn't come to, carve the turkey or bring the bread. It's okay, just enjoy the people who showed up, enjoy the people who are there and who are present, and it's okay. I mean, I don't even care if they were supposed to bring the turkey. If you got some ham or something, throw some ham on some bread and just enjoy that time together. And I think JT, you and I both are in that place right now where we're like, we're more about enjoying the time and the moments because we realize that those moments are not going to be always. I know everybody knows that, but I think when you're walking through it at that moment, it's more present. And so we're just right now at this point reminding people, hey, enjoy the moments of life, enjoy the fresh air. Even if you don't have turkey and dressing, go out and enjoy the sunshine because life is so much to be thankful for, right, JT?
Yeah, I call it the kid in the candy store mentality. When we are first in the midst of things, it's like, man, we're gonna live forever. We not even thinking about perishing or not being here in this life. And then as you get older, you experience some things, you go through certain situations in life. It's like, wow, you know what? Life is more temporary than what we really realize. It's not forever. So you have to treat each and every day it's like your first, your last, and your only. Because once you start taking moments for granted, once you start taking people for granted, life becomes less, a little less meaningful. As opposed to when you start thinking about those moments and you maximize and you leverage each moment for what it's supposed to be. Now you're getting the most of it, and you're no longer taking things for granted, and you're creating moments that live forever. You're able to take pictures and be able to see it for what it really is. And now you just like you look at Ali, you can look at a picture and you be like, you know what? I remember what we were talking about. I remember what was going on. I remember who, we was on the space table and who had this book and that book and they was going to be set. Like you create memories that can't be taken away. And that's what it's all about. That's what life is all about. Being vibrant, being happy, and even understanding in the midst of challenges, you got to bring the happiness. You got to put in the atmosphere. You know what? I might not feel my best. I might not look my best, but I ain't going to look like what I feel like. And I'm going to put something in the atmosphere that's going to be better than my best. And you could create the aura. And sometimes you are the magic, you are the sunshine that brings that happiness, that brings that enjoyment, that brings that excitement to the situation. It's almost feel like everybody was waiting on me to get here because now that I'm here, it's like you the life of the party. And that's the mentality that you got to infuse in every situation in order to make the best of it.
Exactly. I mean, be confident in who you are, and and really, like we're saying, everything might not be going great, but experience the joy in where you are. Experience knowing that it's temporary, knowing that okay, I didn't make it home this year to be with my family. Seems like they're having fun, because I mean, I've had that experience before. I've been like, uh, why are they laughing? Do they not miss me? you know and so, and it's okay to have those feelings because you miss being with your family and stuff. So again, another thing is, wherever you are, whatever you're experiencing, be honest about it. Don't try to hold it in. Don't try to say, well, oh, I'm good. Just be honest. It could be something that's hurtful. It could be something that is a misunderstanding, but just be honest about where you are. And then again, though, don't let it take you hostage or hold your day hostage. Don't let it hold your mind hostage. You got to continue to grow. You got to continue to show up for the day. You got to continue to participate in your rescue. You know what I'm saying? So just don't check out, right?
Got to say checked in. Got to say check in. Check out time ain't always 11 a.m. Got to stay in the moment. You have to, know that you know what, no matter what. And I'll tell you, this holiday right here was definitely one of the toughest ones to date. Dealing with my sister not no longer being here, and for the first time in 43 years, you know, we're not sitting at the same table. We're not breaking bread, but had to take that emotion and that energy and be transparent with it. Had to be the strength and the love for my mom. You know what I'm saying? We spent, time together and made that day, what it was supposed to be. And the beauty of it is there's no timetable on those type of things. A lot of people think, oh, you should be in a certain place and be this and that. No, it don't work like that. There's no time. Let me put this out there. There's no timetable on grief. You grieve. Individuals grieve differently. You process things differently. You digest things differently. Don't ever think that there's a pressure to the quote unquote get over it.
Get over
No,
it, right?
you individually have to come to a place where you are coping and you're able to be vibrant, meaning that although there's a part of that does not go away, you are able to walk in this life and perceive and process things in a different way, in a different manner. And God is right there with you. And it's also another opportunity to discover the strength in what God can put into your life. Meaning that, when you go through your toughest battles, little do you know, wait for the message in this, little do you know God is waiting, and He has got that olive branch extended to you and waiting for you to reach out and say, God, I need you. I strive for you. I need the strength that you can bring into my life. To give me the comfort that only you can provide, that I need, because you know what I need before I needed it. You just was waiting on me to discover it. And as I do, now you reach back into me and you give me what I need in order to be who I need to be and be the best version of myself. And although I'm hurting and although I'm in pain and although I don't feel like the person that I used to be, you will discover you will be renewed in healing and in grieving to be the best version of yourself.
Mhm. And just what he was saying, because we talked about this a little bit yesterday. This is my first major holiday without my uncle, and I said I think I cried more in anticipation of the day, but I think God took me through it before Thanksgiving Day. So that I could smile, and we put some ornaments on the tree, and we put one in his honor and stuff like that, and so you know and it's different because even though we may not have spent Thanksgiving together the past couple of years, the fact was he was there, and I know it could have been a possibility. Or after we finished our meal, we could have driven up to where he was, or he drove down. You know what I'm saying? But like this year was like, we it's just not gonna happen. Like JT said, we're not gonna sit across the table. We're not gonna get that hug. We're not gonna get that pick, or like picking on each other and stuff like that. So but I think about the memories that we did make along the way. I think about what he would say to me, and I believe, I believe he gave me a message. Look, girl, I mean, don't stop living. You still here. You still got things to do. Yeah, think about all the things I've taught you along the way. Now, don't be playing. You still got life to live, so get busy.
Yeah, those things that you talked about, there is a difference when you know somebody is here, but they may be away or they may be out of town or some way, but you know at some point you're going to see them. The difference in the thought of so nobody that person is not physically here anymore, that changes the whole game because now you're not going to see them in the physical form and they become a spiritual sense, and that part of it and processing that makes it totally different. You in a different atmosphere, you thinking different, and you're having to deal with something that a lot of people struggle with at times because a person no longer physically being present, if you have a hard time processing and missing when they're physically here, then when they're gone permanently, now you have a whole nother layer of something that you're trying to deal with that takes time. It takes time even when you are locked in. So imagine when you struggle with that, now you got a whole nother layer that you got to kind of navigate through, get yourself through. Don't be scared of counseling. Don't be scared of talking to somebody,
Come
because
on,
those things let's get that stigma out of there.
come on.
Be open, and those things are there to heal and help heal. I'll forever say the ultimate counselor in this life above any and all is God in heaven. But in the physical sense, those things and those avenues are there for a reason. Don't step back from it, step to it, because I trust me when I tell you, I'm a person that is a witness to it. It can help you. It can give you another avenue to be able to get steps and healing and being able to process and moving on to the next steps of your life in anything that you're troubled with. So let's get that out the way. If you need help, don't hesitate.
You hear what he's saying? I mean, I'm about to send you an offering. Put your cash app up there, JT, because you need an offering today. Because oh my gosh, you have just said it. I mean, and that's what I keep trying to say in a nice way. Get help. Get talk to somebody. And sometimes it can't be your best friend. I mean, your best friend is there to be your best friend, but maybe they haven't experienced that. And so, and I think the people who say, well, it's time for you to get over this, or when you've had a divorce and they say it's time for you to get over it, things like that, they haven't experienced that. They haven't experienced that grief. They haven't experienced that pain. You have poured your life and shared your life for, I don't care if it's 5 years with this person, and you have dreams and goals. Like I always said, even, I'm just gonna put it out there, even when my dad was alive, I always said my uncle would be the one who walked me down the aisle. So you have those moments, and and that stuff is like it takes you aback for a moment. And these therapists, these counselors, they go through training. They don't just now seek them out. Do your research. If somebody just jumping up there and they ain't got no education, or they haven't been trained, let them go. It's some people out there who have been trained. They know how to allow you to open your shell and to be vulnerable and not to judge you. And they're there to help you to process. They don't even necessarily have to tell you what to do, but they're there to listen, and then by what you've said, be able to help you direct. Go ahead, JD.
You're right. I'll tell you this, and I'm glad that I seen the comment flash across the screen. Shout out to some guy named Jay, the man, Jonathan Coleman.
JD.
There are times in this life that you meet people, and people are placed in your life for a reason, and you might not understand it in the very beginning, but it makes sense in the midst of your season. When I say Jay has been more than a friend to me, he's been a brother to me. That guy right there has impacted and inspired my life more than what I can ever put into the words. When I say I love that man to death, I love him to life, because there have
Yes.
been moments that we've just been in conversation or just been in meetings, and he inspired my life just off of something that he said, and he didn't even realize it. He didn't know I was
Right.
struggling. He didn't know I was going through it. And those things we have to pay attention to. People are placed in your life for a reason. And some people you want to kick to the curb really quick. But then there's some people that God placed in there, and they weren't just temporarily there. They were placed in your season for life, meaning they were seated to be there when you least expected it, to be supportive and not just be a yes man, or be a yes person, but not just and feed your ego and tell you what you want to hear. They were placed in your life to tell you what you needed to hear.
What you need to
And
hear.
for that, and for those people that exist in my life like that, Jay being one of those people, I thank you. I thank God for your presence in my life. And you know, I look at it, Ali, you being one of those people too. I'll say, making connections is not just a title. You exhibit making connections and being an inspiration and an impact. Never cut down your worth in this life. Your worth is more than what anybody can put in the words and in money. So know that you're making an impact and being an inspiration each and every day of your life.
Now don't start now, because I'm already right there on the edge. I'll be like, "Oh, thank you, JT." But I do appreciate that because, like I said, I think God probably already knew what was going to happen today. And so, we were talking yesterday, and so today, when things went a little awry, I was like, let me call JT, see what he's doing. So God had already put it in place, and that's one thing we have to understand too. And I know everybody doesn't believe in God, and I'm not trying to tell you that you have to, but I'm just gonna tell you who I believe in, okay? And I'm telling you from experience, things happen. Um, there's a show on TV. They call it God Winks. Things happen, things come together, and we're like, how did that even happen? It was just the right time, it was just the right moment. Like you were even talking about Jonathan, when he reaches out to you or he says something, he probably don't even realize, like you said, what he's saying, but God gave him that thought, or God put it in his heart to say it, and it was exactly what we needed you know so I please take a moment through your days and just be like, okay, how did this happen? Because I was destined to do this, but I turned around and I did this, and it was even better than what I had already planned. Be thankful for those times. Flow with those times. Sometimes, like I said, even like when I was talking about if the person who's supposed to bring the turkey didn't show up, you don't know why. Maybe there was something wrong with that turkey. Maybe, they didn't cook it well. Who knows what happened? Don't let that hinder your day. Don't let that hinder your next experience. Just be like, okay, we just weren't meant to have turkey today. But guess what? I don't know. Maybe may have more laughs and fun trying to figure out what we was gonna eat because we didn't have the turkey. You know what I'm saying? So you really, life is really. I'm learning, and I believe if y'all go back and watch the first year of making connections, it was a whole different person, whole different alley. But I'm telling you, I just come out here and I be real because life happens. And we gotta go with the flow because we never know what's coming, but we gotta be able to bounce back. But you ain't gonna be able to bounce back. Like even, I always try to relate it to something people can relate to, like football. If the football team ain't been in training, if the football team ain't got a coach, they ain't gonna know how to bounce back. You got to put something in so you can, so when it's time, it'll just flow out. Did I say that to make sense, JT?
It makes complete sense. I mean, at the end of the day, somebody need to hear that, and there was somebody that is viewing this right now, whether you're viewing it live or you viewing it later on. You needed that message. You needed that implanted, seated in your spirit. And we come over here, especially me and Aly do the show, and it's natural. There's nothing pre-scripted about what we're doing. We're
Truly.
coming on here and we're having a conversation and we're bouncing off of each other. And those things make the magic of the shows that we do together come to life. And I'm amazed, but then I'm not amazed because again, when something is set up so naturally, it just flows on a whole nother level. And that's what we're doing. That's what's happening today. And we're telling people that it starts with you. You are the first person that can impact what's going on in your life, being the strength of your inspiration. The moment that your feet hit the floor, you impact everything around you, the atmosphere around you. I can tell you every moment, every morning that my feet hit the floor, the devil is running. But he trying to figure out,
He
he ain't
better.
trying to feel all of this. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
trying to find weakness and he trying to prey upon your life. And you got to tell him each and every day, devil, you can't get none. You can't rock nothing here. You can't get nothing here because you're going to get straight knocked out every time you do. You got to show
Yes.
that you were a soldier for Christ, that you were a soldier, regardless of what you believe in, who you believe in, who you pray
Right.
to. Just know at the end of the day, God is, and God is going to impact your life at every angle of it. And it's just a matter of when you get it, when you recognize, when you understand the strength of what that means and what that's supposed to be. Like you said, the stage was already set yesterday for this show right here
I
to happen
mean,
today. And we understand it truly now for what that is. We want to let everybody know, life ain't perfect for me and ain't perfect for Aly. But the one thing that we can tell you is by the grace of God, we here and we have an opportunity to inspire and impact and put a message in the atmosphere that whether you want it or not, you're going to be affected by it. You're going to feel it. And it's up to you to embrace it and apply
right.
it to your life.
Right, right. And and it may not be for you today, but I mean, how many times Facebook bring memories back and it might be 2 years from now and you be like, whew, they did this show 2 years ago, but I needed it right now. And so that's why we know we have a voice. We know we have something to share, and we are obligated to do that because we are here. We want to impact people for the positive. We want people to be to feel like you're not alone. To let you know that you don't have to be stuck. You might not have all the answers right now, but just don't check out. Because if you keep on keeping on, if you keep on praying, if you keep on looking for a solution, if you keep on looking for that counselor that's for you, you're going to find what you need. If you keep looking through that scripture and be like, okay, Lord, I'm needing a word. And this, I was telling Alan right before we came on, I said, I'm just taking a moment because I need to hear the Lord because I could have put on a replay. I'd done another show, but I was like, the Lord's telling me to wait for a minute. And he was telling me to wait because he was going to tell me to call JT because JT ain't doing that right now when JT busy all the time doing stuff. And he was like, oh, I'm free right now. I was like, what? Here's the link. So I'm just saying, God, there, and I'm not, you don't have to believe, but I want you to believe. I want you to believe in something. I want you to know that there is a higher power that is looking out for you, who is organizing and orchestrating stuff in your life. he he created you, and there's so much goodness inside of you. There's so much wisdom on your own, but sometimes we just got to get through those layers of stuff and get to it. It's like when you eating crabs, you got to get through that hard shell, and that shell be hard sometimes. That thing poked me in my finger and put a hole in my finger one time. That thing be
Mm,
hard, but if you stay the course and you keep on at it, when you get to that meat, oh my
mm.
God. Come on, JT, go ahead.
Well, no, I'm glad you brought up the crab salad because I've had that same prick in the finger, and
Didn't it
I've been a
hurt?
soldier through. And I'm like, you know what? I'll tape it up later. I'll wash it off. I got to
It,
keep going because
and keep going, but it hurt. But I
it
still go
hurt.
back to them and eat them again. I
It
didn't
hurt.
let that stop me from trying again. Go ahead, JT.
No, it didn't. It ain't gonna stop it. It's like it's so good, and I didn't work hard, and God knows most of the places that you get it, you done paid your money, so you gonna get your money's worth.
You
I
better.
mean, I'm trying to tell, and it reminds me because yesterday a lot of people have different stuff for Thanksgiving, but one of the traditions that we started this year is we had crab salad. My mom made homemade crab salad, and I was like, you know what, I'm with this. I mean, because you have traditions and then you create new traditions, and that's what we're talking
Yes.
about.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like, you know, you can set a few normal traditions and then you can create your own, and that's what makes it special. The things that you can create within your family and make them your traditions and make something new. It's a goal to create a new tradition each and every year. What are we going to do different this year? What are we going to add to the table this
Yeah.
year to make it different? Those are one of the things that we added to the table this year to make it different. And those things have meaning when you really are doing something that has purpose and you're really creating memories. Because again, when you take this life for granted, life has a way of passing you by. Before you
Mm.
realize it, the whole years went by. What are we now? It feels like we up
Yeah.
against a new year. Well, we are because the year's almost over. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So we just have to be mindful and take each and every day and live it to the absolute fullest. And hearing today, if you are listening to this message, to this show today, first of all, you made the best decision that you can make on this particular Saturday. Second of all, I hope that you grab something from it because it's a whole lot of nuggets in this particular show. So plenty to get full off of and grab it and
Yes.
get fed and be full. Not just ham and turkey, but Allie and JT.
Yes. And I mean, think about that even. I've heard people's, webinars and, different little inspirations, and I go back to them sometimes because I'll be like, oh, I remember they said something, but then it's like when I go back to it, I hear even something, more, something that brings something else to light, or, so again, like we're saying, please share this message. Please share it because there are a lot of people out here who are hurting. There are a lot of people out here who feel alone. There are a lot of people out here who are looking for solutions, and they just don't know what to do. They think they've tried everything, but sometimes, and I've been like that, I've been like, I did this and I did this, but it wasn't everything I could have tried, you know. And because I didn't know of the other solutions, because I was trying to stay on my little island by myself, I didn't know of other solutions. But then when I meet up with like a JT or a Jonathan, they like, well, have you done this? Or have you tried this? Or have you said it this way? Or, and I'd be like, oh, I mean, well, I didn't think about that. But sometimes when you're in the midst of it, your mind is not as clear. And so that's why I say to get outside, get some fresh air, walk away from your situations, get you a good night rest. Oh my gosh. I know it's worrisome. I know you don't know if the bill is gonna get paid. I know you don't know if you're gonna get to the payment place before the eviction notice hits. I know it's a lot of things going on, but I promise you, you have to you have to open your mind. You have to get that rest. You have to walk away and then maybe a solution will come, because that's what happens a lot of times. Because when you just sitting there worried and you sitting there looking at the negative, you sitting there looking at the bad, that's all you see. It can't get any better. This is, I'm doomed to be this way. But if you start, okay, Lord, okay, even if I have to move from here, I know you taking me to a place that's going to be better. I know, okay, maybe I have to live on somebody's couch for a month, but okay, I'm gonna be able to save up some money. So don't, I'm just saying, don't get so overwhelmed, because things, it's like the seasons, things change. And if you hang in there, we cold, we if we getting there now. With JT got his toboggan on and outside, but if he just hold on, the next season is coming. JT.
You're right about that. And I'm actually very pleased because sometimes Ali, we in these months right here and you can't tell what season it is. So I'm good with the fact that we got a little chill in the air, and I'm embracing that too because when you've been through spring, you've been through summer, you're so ready for fall, and
Mhm.
winter is knocking on the door. So I embrace it for what it is because we're looking at God's magic, God's beauty, God's creation. It's
Mhm.
amazing. Just take a moment and breathe in the atmosphere. Be amongst nature. Find your eternal peace. Find the peace that can get you through, that can balance out your spirit and what you got going on. Alleviate worry and stress in your life by remembering one thing. God is asking you for a faith of a mustard seed and
Mhm.
even smaller, because when you incorporate that mustard seed
Tiny,
faith,
tiny.
it eliminates worry. Because when God work it out and God is already ever present, then He looking at you like, why would you worry? Why would you stress it? I told you I would never forsake you. That
Never.
was on you for you to believe it, to embrace it. Worry and stresses of man. Incorporate those things that have been placed there to distract you from your ultimate goal. Focus on the fact that your faith is one of the greatest things that you were blessed with. Use it, incorporate
Mm.
it. You put years back in your life eliminating that worry and that stressing. It ain't nothing but of the devil and to be a distraction in your life. Understand this. Be smart. Understand that you're not perfect. If you incorporate a faith and a belief that no matter what challenges you face, you will and shall overcome because you lead the Lord leads your life. And you know why Him leading your life, what man can take anything from you.
Mm, mm, mm. Come, y'all better send JT his offering now. I'm not playing. Y'all want this blessing to keep going? Y'all send JT his, yeah, his offering. Tell me your cash app when you come back. But one thing you can do for JT is he is up for a Queen City Award. And we've been flashing that. There it is, queencityawards.com/voting. Go to there because he is up for, he's in 4 different categories. And so definitely make sure you go and vote for him for those categories. He is definitely worth winning. JT, come back and tell us which categories they are, but queencityawards.com, and it ends, I think, December 1st.
Yes, December the 1st at noon, voting will end. In 4 categories, blessed to be nominated. First for Author of the
Yep.
Year, that would be James S. Thompson. Poetry and Motion Award, that would be Poet JT. Radio Station of the Year, that would be Big Woo Radio. Radio Show of the Year, that would be the Floetic Poetry Show. The Queen City Awards is December the 11th at the Connected Wellness Center in Salisbury, North Carolina. Tickets are available now if you want to be in person. Um, Angie Stone will be honored that night. She will be physically present and honored at the show. And I spoke to we had the CEO of the Connected, Kevin Glover, on last night, and I told him, I said, man, although I'm supposed to catch a flight out to DC to go to Washington to see my Cowboys play the next day, I'm coming to the Queen City Awards to collect my
Yeah,
awards and make history that night. So vote, vote, vote. So I'm gonna follow through and be present. And I look forward to securing the bag. And I thank God just for being in the position to be able to be in these atmospheres that once upon a time was a dream, but dreams do come true. Trust and
that's it.
believe. If you got a vision, you got a dream, you're able to make it into a reality.
That's it. That's it. You hear that? A dream. It started somewhere. the thoughts. You know, he's poet JT. He is an author, a published author. Those those words started in his brain. Those words started in his heart. But he was able to, now he's is out in a book. Is out for everybody to read and to share. I'm telling y'all, JT, when you come back, also tell them where they can find your poetry. And Big Woo Radio, he's the co-founder of that. BigWooRadio.com. Go there and you can find all these other links to everything else he's doing. But first of all and foremost, you can vote every day. And I'm just going to tell you, if you don't know the secret, if you have multiple emails and different devices and stuff, you can vote multiple times a day. I'm just trying to tell you how to do it. So make sure you vote for JT and tell them the name of your book and where they can find that too, JT.
Yeah, definitely. Blessed to put out Euless Grand May's Son, dedicated to my grandmother and my mother. You can get it on Amazon.com, or you can hit me on the inbox and on Facebook, and I'll mail you a physical copy of the book because I do have physical copies on hand. So either or, you can do
You can
that.
get that autograph, y'all.
You
Okay,
get
go ahead.
autograph, yeah. I'm able to, autograph it and put a little message in there for you. I'm extremely blessed because it didn't have to be, but you took a little country boy from Rock Hill, South Carolina, and I incorporated dreams and things, and here it is coming to fruition. And there's also music, Poet JT, out on all digital platforms. I Win,
Yeah.
Freedom Reigns, Love 2.0, King's Kid, 4 singles I released in the last 6 months, and blessed to be, able to do so. And they're out there. Go follow me on Spotify. Over 2,000 people listened on Spotify 2 months ago. Directly. I was extremely humble because I've been at zero, and I've been at one. And so I'm extremely grateful for anybody to go to Spotify and follows my music, listens to my music. This is a extreme blessing. The first person that does it, that's a step in the right direction. And I don't get caught up in the numbers. It's just a blessing to know that, people took the time out to listen, and many more will. It's all created. It's legacy, creating legacy. We're doing it here on Making Connections. Create your legacy and
Yeah.
decide what you want to pour in the atmosphere and what you want to be remembered and what you want to live on for generations and generations and generations to come.
That's it. That's it. Go vote, go vote, go vote. JT, thank you. This is my dude. Y'all better go vote for him and send him his offering. I'm telling you. Follow him because I'm telling you, you always, if y'all get, sad and you just don't know what to do, make sure y'all following JT. James Sherman Thompson on Facebook. And what's your IG?
IG is JT underscore Big Woo Radio.
Yeah, so look up there and look for him. I mean, and these other shows he's doing, he always has somebody inspiring and inspiration on those well as well. If you want to learn how to do something, you want to learn how to start a business for yourself. And I do want to say that we just had Ladies' Night last Tuesday, and we had a great time. So next time y'all see that flyer it says Ladies' Night. Now the speakers might change at the bottom, but that one Kimberly Roberts, she'll always be there. She's the regional vice president. Um, Tune in because we want to make a difference. We want to help some women who are struggling because one of the things we shared is that 11 million jobs for women have disappeared in this past year. And so we love men too because we got men on our team too, but we a woman, so we know what y'all go through. You know what I'm saying? I send you to JT because he a man. He know more about what you go through. But we still all in it together. We still all in it to encourage one another. And so make sure you tune in. One lucky lady got a weekend getaway. And so, we're doing great things. And October, until November 30th, the company I'm with, they are doing an awesome thing for veterans. They You have to reach out to me. It's a special fee, probably don't see it very often, but listen, if you know some veterans that are looking for opportunity, maybe they need a little extra money, even a veteran spouse, and if they have their valid ID, even they can come in at the same opportunity until 11:30. that the veteran can. So, we're out here, we're trying to make a difference, with our music, with our books, with our business opportunities. And, another thing I just want to throw out there, y'all, I know we just had Black Friday, but listen, don't go in debt trying to, make those memories. We in a different time and space. Be mindful about your budget. Make sure you don't put yourself in a place where you're going to be stressed out. I mean, I love to give. God knows I do, but I had to learn that. Oh my gosh, I'm giving, but then I'm suffering for the next 2 months, and so don't do that. There's other options. There's so keep looking at on my page, Allie Virtuous. I'm trying to throw out some tips, as we're going through the holiday season, how we can get through, but we're gonna live on the other side, right? So JT, thank you.
Appreciate it. It's been a blessing. It's definitely a blessing anytime I come on making connections with Allie. Tremendous blessing in my life. More so than anything, the friendship is a blessing upon my life and an inspiration
Amen.
always. And I always say praying for you and keep you prayed up and your family as well. And I just thank God for you and look forward to all the great things that are to come. The making connection platform, and just it's beautiful. Everybody continue to enjoy your day. Beautiful Saturday. Don't take for granted. This life. This life is only. It really is temporary. Make each and every day a powerful movement and keep a smile on your face because you never know who needs and wants and needed that in their aura and their atmosphere. So be an inspiration, be an impact towards someone else.
All right, y'all heard it here. We are making connections with Allie. We are here every Saturday at 12 noon and every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you go to Making Connections with Allie page, like the page, turn on notifications so you know when we go live. Please, please, please share this video just because really we have shared some stuff that I know a lot of people can need to hear or be reminded of it, because sometimes you know things but then you forget with all this going on. So we're here to encourage, impact, and show love. Make sure if you don't send the cash app that you go to queencityawards.com/voting. Vote for JT. And we also DJ Blessed. Y'all know he would be our anniversary DJ. DJ Blessed, Akia Canada. There's a whole bunch of names. So y'all go and y'all vote because these men and women, they work so hard in the communities. They work hard to put events together, to bring the shows on. I mean, look at all the shows JT is doing, but he always brings good information and good people who can impact our lives. So make sure go out there and give them their props for what they've been doing. QueenCityAwards.com/voting. 4 categories. Look for JT. Big Woo Radio, um, Poet JT, James S. Sherman, and one more. Did I get them all right?
Yeah, the Floetic Poetry Show, James S. Thompson, Poet JT. Um, that's all of them. It's all right there. Cash out. You want a book? Just put money sign James S. Thompson. Cash out, and I'll get your book out directly to you. It's a blessing, extreme blessing to be in this on this platform, and it's to have the opportunities that I have. All God given. All praises go to the great Lord, the Lord above, because without Him, none of this is possible. None of this even happens. So, I
That's
thank
it.
God. I send the praises up. I send the love up. With Him in my life, my direction, ain't possible.
Yes. So, guys, that's it for today. I appreciate you. I thank you for your support. I love you. I want you the best for your lives. If you are looking for business opportunities, reach out to me. I have connections and I have some things that are available. Reach out to me. If you know any veterans before by 11:30, have them reach out to me, okay? And that's it for today. And as always, we appreciate you and we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a great day, everybody. Bye, Jay.